Hey guys. So, this is a hard video to make. This is a really hard video to make. But I'm gonna make it anyway. And what a metaphor there. I'm going to make it anyway. End quote. That's true. Um, I had something not work out that I really wanted it to work out. And I was really hoping and praying that it would work out. Um, and it didn't, slash, it isn't, slash, it won't. And the type of person I am is the type that, you know, I I'm optimistic to a fault. Like I'm optimistic to no end, you know, and um, this is a bad day for your air conditioner not to work. This is a bad day. I feel no cold air, it's just blowing air. So that sucks. That sucks, but it's okay. Um, I do feel a remarkable sense of strength. I guess that I didn't realize I had. That is really awesome. And I think it was really necessary for me to discover this strength. So basically, the girl I was talking to, that's not really gonna happen or work out at all, and she just told me she's not really interested in pursuing a relationship or anything like that. And so it's really hard. It's really hard to figure things out when you think things are gonna work out and you have a lot of hope and optimism and belief and excitement about something or someone. And yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. It's like a breakup, you know? We weren't even technically in a relationship, but this is basically like a breakup. And it doesn't feel as bad as it could feel. It could feel a lot worse. Talking about it is, I think, what's making it not feel so bad. Because I don't feel bad, really, right now. I don't feel that bad, to say the least. And I definitely did feel some things. I definitely was like, I was having a hard time. I couldn't do my devotions this morning. I couldn't focus on anything besides that. And she's at least being cool. Like, I can talk to her, and um, but at the same time, she's not like being a jerk or anything, which is not something I would expect her to be. But yeah, it's nice. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. I got a phone call that came through. Hope it didn't mute. But yeah, it's hard. It's not nice. It's not fun. That's what it is. It's not fun. But it's better to it's better to find out now. It's a lot better to find out now than to keep going and to a little cop sitting back there. Cop action. It's better to find out now than to keep going. And I was doing good though. I tell you what, I was doing good. I had dates lined up. Basically, I was putting in the work. It's a long distance relationship. It was, not that I thought it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, according to her, there was no relationship. There is no relationship. There won't be a relationship. But anyway, long distance, right? So it was online and everything, and so I was like thinking of different things we could do, and things like that. And So that was exciting. But I was also trying to just take it slow, not get too invested and everything. I really thought that things were going to work out. I was like, no, things will work out if I just do things right. If I just do things right, then things will work out. And that's, I think, a big lesson. Because sometimes it's not about how right you do something as to whether it will work out or not. Sometimes it's just not going to work out, and it's not your fault, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's not your fault, so you can't blame yourself for it not working out. We were going to cook together, we were going to do, and I guess the hard part was, and this is kind of what prompted her message, she prompted me to tell me that, like, she wanted to be honest with me up front and clear before things got complicated or whatever, or too far into the weeds, and to tell me that she wasn't, like, interested in pursuing a relationship, and that she felt that I was, and seemed to be where I was going, and things like that. It was hard though, because, like, last night I was trying to, like, not be too much too soon, not be like, not come on too strong too soon, and just be kind of chill. And I prayed and I asked. I felt like it was a good thing. It was an okay idea to ask about, like, the cooking together kind of thing. And Heavenly Father was like, yeah, that's you can do that. That's totally fine. You can do that. And I was like, yeah, I think so, right? And I was feeling good. I was feeling confident. And so I went ahead and, like, just, pitched my idea, right? And it was kind of like asking her out in a way. And I did it. And I felt really good. And she ultimately said maybe, but she pretty much said yes. Her and the obstacles that her mom uses the kitchen and all. But long story short, and then I talked about maybe playing Fortnite with her, because she's a big Fortnite fan. Just trying to come up with different, things to do to have fun together and to pursue her. Because some of the guidance I got was to pursue her. And I think that's right. I still think that's right. Not to say that I don't mean that I should still pursue her. I'm just saying that the guidance was right. It was right for me to pursue her. And there was nothing wrong with me doing that. And there's a lot of lessons, there's a lot of things for me to still learn, I guess, and to kind of make sense of from this. But it's tricky. We're all different. We're all individuals. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and God has a plan, and we don't necessarily understand His plan completely for ourselves in our situations, but we definitely learn more. We definitely figure out more as we go, and we definitely get to those points where we are like, oh, well, that makes sense. I understand that now. Now I know why that happened. But sometimes it takes a long time before we get to that point. Sometimes things happen and we just have no idea why they happened. And it takes a long time for us to realize why they happened. But anyway, I do feel a lot of relief, because I was putting a lot into this, and maybe that was my sign as well, right? Maybe that was my sign because I was putting much more into it than she was. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you do when you find someone who you really like, and you seem to get along, and they seem to like you, or they seem to like you, but you're not quite sure, but you keep talking, and you see each other every day through video chat, FaceTime later or whatever, and you start to think, like, this is good. I like this person. I really like this person. The thing with me is I straight up thought that this could be my eternal companion. And this this is that is something I want, and that's the absolute right thing to want. There's no debating that. And so I was kind of in the territory of, well, if you really want this, and it's right, which we all know it's right, then you have to put the work in for it. That's how I felt. And so that's what I was doing. But it just, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And that's really, that's really hard. That's really hard. I'm really surprised actually with my composure here on this, because as I said, this was very deep. And luckily it didn't last too long, but man, I had some strong feelings for this girl. And it's so tricky because it's so hard when you like someone. It's so hard to control your feelings. Like, that whole thing is the hard part. There's such a whole thing about that nowadays. Like, I mean, people sing about it. People make music about it. I'm bad at love. You know, I'm bad. Like, people like talking about, like, oh, love's such a hard game to play and stuff. Is it a game? No, not to me. Is it a hard game to play? Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that. So there's just a lot. You know, the whole concept of love is seen as such a treacherous thing, because it's so hard sometimes. Because it's so hard when you get your heart broken. That's what it all amounts to. So, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. But it's not the end. And she said some really cool things to me about, She said basically she didn't want me to put all my energy and focus into our friendship or our relationship. It's more of a friendship, I guess. Technically it's a relationship, but what that means is very important to be clear about what that word means. And no, it was not a relationship to her. And therefore it can't be a relationship to me. But she did it out of a really loving thing, as much as I hate talking about what she told me, because I hate what she told me. I hate thinking about it and everything. But it was basically like, I don't want you to miss out on the right person by talking to me. I don't want you to stay so focused talking to me that you don't find the right person. I want you to be able to put your energy and time and focus in the right place where you're going to get the most for you. And I was like, I really appreciate that and everything. And I have to respect where she's at. I have to respect how she feels. And not push or force or anything like that. Because I don't know, she just said she wants to figure her stuff out before she goes looking for a relationship. And to me, it gets a little interesting, because looking for a relationship is a little different than dating. And looking for a relationship is like way more intense, I think. And so I don't know. I'm not going to get into this camp anymore. But the camp that I was in was like, well, I thought about it. I did not get into it at all. I just thought about it I thought about it very briefly. Was basically like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? Are you scared? Are you nervous? What's the deal? What's your hang up, But I don't think I can really get into that, because I kind of just need to leave her where she is and let her be how she is. It wouldn't be fair for me to push or anything like that to try to figure anything out for her. or to try to help her. She's already been totally clear with me about what she wants and what she doesn't want. I guess, and so I just need to take it. I just need to take it how it is and take it for what it's worth, and let it go and focus on myself, focus on my future, and move on. And yeah, that's definitely hard. But at the same time, it seems to be what's right. And I can't really debate that, so I'm not going to fight it. And that's hard, but I'm not going to fight it. It's much better not to. But so yeah, anyway, keep me in your prayers, you guys. I know I have such high hope and optimism for the future, and I know that things will be fine. I know things will work out. I know that I will be fine. I already feel better than I thought I would. But it's still hard. I'm still struggling inside. So just keep me in your prayers. I'm in good hands. I'm here at a friend's house, and really special, dear friends of mine. And I know how much I'm loved, and I know how much I'm appreciated. And I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about getting that from certain people or getting that from a certain person, because I already know that I am, and I already have that. So I don't need to worry about that.